Timken Family Cancer Center.
Facing an opiate or alcohol addiction requires courage and often medical detox to begin recovery. Detox is the process of clearing the body of drugs or alcohol while managing the symptoms of withdrawal. At CommQuest, your safety is our top priority through your entire stay. You are not alone, and there is never a better time than now to start your recovery journey. To learn more, call 330-830-3393 or visit CommQuest.org. That's COMMQUEST. CommQuest. Hope happens here.
Live and local.
How's that sound?
And you're listening to News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Live from the WHBC Broadcast Center. Find out more about area businesses, agencies, and events.
It's what's going on right now.
This is Spotlight.
And good Monday morning, everyone. A special edition of our Spotlight program today. And today we are being joined by Wendy Hunter, who is the Director of Detox with CommQuest. And we have so many different things to talk about. But again, we are on the radio. We are also on the line, and we are also able to watch us on video at WHBC's Facebook page, which is at 1480 WHBC, our Twitter feed also at 1480 WHBC, and our YouTube channel, 1480 WHBC. So if you want to check us out there, you can do that. But again, we would like to welcome in this morning Wendy Hunter, Director of Detox with CommQuest. And actually, Wendy, I'll say, I kind of shortened your official title because on your email, it's way longer than that, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a couple extra stuff in there, but you're good. This works. It kind of sums it up who I am.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and maybe a little bit about the background of, your career and the things that you have done.
Sure. Well, good morning. It is Monday. Like you said, I'm Wendy Hunter, and I have been working for CommQuest for the past 10 years. I'm a licensed clinical counselor for the state of Ohio, which allows me to supervise, because I have the S credential. That's part of that LPCC-SEC in my title. So I can supervise other counselors. I supervise this program. And like I said, I've been here for 10 years. Previous to being the detox director, I was the senior director of RECOR, which was our regional center of opiate recovery. And then I was also the outpatient director at Market Avenue. Through the course of my career, I've worked a little bit everywhere. I've focused on domestic violence and working with their children of domestic violence survivors, as well as the adults, supervising those clinicians at a local DBP agency, working with trauma and helping educate the community on trauma awareness, trauma care. And then I found my way to Quest back in 2011, which is now CommQuest, after we merged with Community Services a few years back. So now I am blessed to be working as the Director of Detox. In the past year, we moved from our site at Maslin, where RECOR was, and we became Canton Detox here at Altman Hospital on 6th floor. So we're still CommQuest. We work in collaboration with Altman Hospital, and we're on 6th floor, and we rent the space with them, but we do collaborate in our services.
And let's start there, because I think that's an interesting thing. You're on the 6th floor of Altman.
Yes.
What does that do for your services? I mean, that has to be a really wonderful thing for you guys.
Well, we really like being at the hospital. One of the things that this move did for us is it put us in central Stark County. We love being out at Maslin. We loved our Maslin campus. Maslin community was wonderful towards us. However, getting into Canton right on a bus line, right in the heart of Stark County, has helped with our services and access to care. Altman Hospital's emergency department is a very, very busy emergency department. So we can help immediately when they have people coming in with alcohol and drug issues that may need our services. They can call us up. We can go consult. We might be able to admit those people right into our detox unit, or at least link them to our services. Same thing for those who are admitted to the hospital. We can go and consult once the social worker or the nurse calls us. We can go to those rooms and offer our services, offer education, link them. Again, it's about increasing access to care, because it's so important that people know that Detox is here. It's a first step towards a healthy road to recovery.
And maybe we should take a little step back too and explain to folks what CommQuest is and the kind of services, because it's a continuum of care. There's a lot of different things that CommQuest does. Yeah, CommQuest, we're a very large behavioral health agency here in Stark County. We provide services also down in Carrollton and Carroll County, but we are in Alliance, Minerva, Canton, and Massillon in our outpatient offices. We're also in schools all through Stark County. We do everything from outpatient counseling, psychiatric services, to the substance use counseling, residential services for those who may need that level of care, who are using substances, of course, Detox. We have a homeless shelter. We have adoption services. We have community outreach. We also have medication-assisted treatment for those who are in need of that are using opiates. So we have a wide array of services that are available to those here in Stark County and the surrounding counties. And when we talk about the Detox unit, explain what that is, because when people hear that word, boy, that's a tough thing. I mean, that is a very scary thing for people to hear, I think.
Yeah, and Detox is usually the first step for many, but not everyone. Not everybody who's using a substance will need Detox. However, those who do, that's what we're here for. Another way to say it is withdrawal management. So we are a team of nurses, counselors, social workers, techs, our residential techs, as well as our doctor and a nurse practitioner, who we work all together on every single case to ensure that the person is medically safe as they go through the withdrawal services, management services, as well as we link them to counseling. So we have our social workers and our counselors working with them to provide counseling services while they're here. We are a short-term care, so those counseling services are about engagement and motivation and encouragement, and also crisis centered if anybody is in need of that immediate crisis management. But mostly we work really hard on that discharge plan. We want them to have a solid discharge plan, and we offer them, again, different types of services. It could be with our agency. It might be back. We also serve a lot of people from all over the state of Ohio. It may be back to their own county. They might not want to continue with CommQuest, and that's okay. We can link them to other agencies. But that's our number one job, is to make sure that they are safe as their body withdraws from the substances that they're using. And our doctor, Dr. Andriozzi, he is a wonderful doctor, and he's been around doing this for a little over 40 years. So he is such a stabilizing force on our unit.
All right, we'll take a little break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how a person or you decide if it's time for Detox, if how it all works, how a person enters your program, all of those things, and to get some more good information out there for folks. And we will do that as Spotlight continues here on 1480 WHBC.
Looking to get back into the workforce? Need an upgrade from your current position? We've got career opportunities right here in your backyard with great local employers who are looking for candidates like you. To view jobs and submit your application, click the Hire Me Ohio page at WHBC.com or text JOBS to 330-583-4591 and get the link sent right to your phone.
Want the truth on why I wake up looking so darn awesome? I take care of my skin. Not just my face, but more intimate skin. And when you've got incontinence, you sure need to.
Tena Intimates pads lock liquid in and are now 100% breathable to care for your intimate skin, day or night. Tena Intimates are now endorsed by the Skin Health Alliance. Visit tenasample.com for your free sample. Kind to skin, protects like Tena.
For the ones who get going when the going gets tough. And the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you. So you can always depend on us. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive Jeep Ram will triple your down payment. 100 gets you 300. 500 triples to 1,500. $1,000 becomes $3,000. Progressive Jeep Ram will triple your down payment up to $3,000. Getting triple your down payment could help you get approved when you buy any factory certified used vehicle in stock. Only at Progressive Jeep Ram in Massillon. Offer applies to GM, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram factory certified used vehicles only. Discount up to $3,000. Does not apply to prior transactions and cannot be combined with any other advertised offers. Dealer contribution may affect consumer cost. See dealer for details. Ends May 31st, 2021. Need to get approved for a nice in-stock factory certified used vehicle? Got cash for a down payment, but wish you had more? Progressive will triple your down payment to help you get approved. And now with the ultimate collection of SUVs and Ram trucks, there's no better time to shop. And there's no better place than Progressive Jeep Ram on Hills and Dales Road in Massillon.
My name is Kate Courtley, and this is my new show, Can You Survive This Podcast? I'll be drawing on my years as a former Navy SEAL platoon commander, sniper, and CIA contractor. The show is designed to teach you techniques that will increase your chances of survival if you happen to find yourself or your family in any life-threatening disaster scenario imaginable. Subscribe and listen for free on Spotify. Can You Survive This Podcast?
This is Mike Frazier, Senior Pastor at Canton Baptist Temple. I would like to personally invite you to worship with us at either 8 o'clock or 10:15 this Sunday morning in our worship center located at 515 Whipple Avenue in Canton, Ohio. If you cannot be with us in person, please tune in to our broadcast right here on WHBC at 8:30 on Sunday mornings. For more information about our ministries, you can visit us at cantonbaptist.org. We look forward to meeting you soon.
Facing opiate or alcohol addiction requires courage and often a medical detox to begin recovery. At CommQuest, our professional team of medical staff, counselors, and case managers help you find the right recovery plan for you through our continuum of care. There is never a better time than now to start your recovery journey. To learn more, call 330-830-3393 or visit CommQuest.org. That's COMMQUEST. Recovery is possible, and it can start today. CommQuest. Hope happens here.
Thank you and your team for being constant companions and friends.
You have gotten me through many, many years.
News Talk 1480 WHBC.
And welcome back to the Monday edition of Spotlight. And today we're talking with Wendy Hunter, Director of Detox with CommQuest. And again, you can always check us out on our Facebook page, our Twitter account, and also on our YouTube channel if you want to see the video, and also, of course, listening here on 1480 WHBC. Wendy, explain to a person in layman's terms, what detox means. I mean, I guess we probably all, from TV shows and things like that, have, some vision in our minds about what that would entail, but maybe explain that from a clinical side.
Sure. So when somebody comes in for detox, we're looking for the use of usually one or more of three particular drugs. So it's alcohol, benzodiazepines, which a lot of people would understand when I say Ativan or Xanax, as well as any of the opiates that are out there, fentanyl, Percocets, heroin. So we're looking to provide services for those who are at high risk for something that could be life-threatening as they come off of alcohol. So when people need detox and they're using alcohol, coming off alcohol could be very dangerous. They could have medical complications that could be life-threatening. So that's why we want to screen people for detox. So it's your body, getting used to not having that alcohol in your system. And because there's a high risk of medical complications, we always suggest coming in, talking with us, letting us screen you, letting us, see if the doctor is going to admit by providing a diagnostic assessment with a counselor, a nursing eval, and then eventually having a conversation with the doctor. And same with the benzos, Ativan and Xanax can be very dangerous to come off of if you've been abusing that. Again, you can have medical complications that can be life-threatening. So as it's leaving your system, our doctor provides medication for both the alcohol and the benzos to keep you safe. And then with opiates and heroin and fentanyl, it's not so much life-threatening to come off of as it's extremely painful to come off of. They're very, very sick. And because of how sick people who've been using opiates get, we suggest detox. Evidence-based research shows that if you go ahead and provide that medical detox and that comfort to them as they come off of it, as their body withdraws off of it, they're more likely to engage in treatment services, and that's what we want for them. But it truly is, a medical and a clinical team that's going to work together. The doctor's going to take care of all those symptoms medically. The nurses are here to help with that, and the counselors are here to provide that emotional and mental comfort.
So how does the process begin? Is this something that happens just, immediately, or like almost in an emergency situation? Or is it more, somebody is seeking help, talks about it, and gets to that point?
Well, for many, I would hope that it's immediate. We want people to come down to Altman Hospital's emergency department, check in at registration and say, hi, my name is such and such, and here's my date of birth. They call us up and we go downstairs and we do a quick screening to see if they would meet our criteria. And if not, we'll still provide them services, but mostly those services will be an assessment and then linkage to other services. But if we're talking about people who need detox, the people who show up and need it, whether they're coming in because they want to come in, or they're coming in, because family is encouraging them, maybe criminal justice system is encouraging them, we're going to move very quickly because, as I said, it's medical complications that could put someone's life at risk. So once they make that decision to show up on our doorstep, we're moving quick. The process to many doesn't feel quick, but we can get a diagnostic assessment, a nursing eval, and calling the doctor or having the doctor see them done within 2.5 hours, 2 hours, sometimes shorter, depending on what's going on. If that person has a history of medical complications, such as having seizures, when they come off of alcohol or the benzos, we move very, very quickly. So that way the medication can get started quickly. We want them to be safe. And the doctor wants them to, engage in the care that they're going to need.
How do the folks who come in for detox, how do they feel about walking into the hospital? I mean, it's a different situation than it has been in the past, obviously. How do they feel about that?
So far, most have been pretty comfortable because when you come into the hospital and you come in through ED doors, you check in, but they also have, of course, their COVID screening process. They've got somebody sitting at a desk that there's, the temperature's taken, the screening is, in place. So questions are asked about exposure and their health. And then that person is asked to go sit in the lobby in an area that is designated for those coming in for detox. So then when we come down, we also ask for them to answer many more questions about COVID, just to keep that possibility of exposure very limited. But so far, we've been very, very lucky and very happy with the fact that we've been able to manage this unit and keep it open since the pandemic started. Our services have not been interrupted by COVID, and the hospital has done a wonderful job in, maintaining the safety of all of our clients and as well as their own patients.
When you are, getting ready to talk to a person about coming into detox, what kind of concerns do they have? What kind of things are they asking you about, as they're preparing to do this or to make this commitment, basically?
A lot of times, sometimes it's really simple questions. They're just going to ask, what's the unit look like? Do they have their own room? And we'll explain to them that, we're a 20-bed facility. There's 2 beds in a room. You might have your own room for a little while. You have your own bathroom. They'll ask, what will happen afterwards. And we talk to them about linkage and referrals and counseling services. We also have some of the 12-step community members come in and talk to them as well to give them additional support. But a lot of it is, will I be able to talk to my family while I'm there? And yes, you can talk to your family while you're here. They're real curious about how long. I think the number one question is, how long will I have to be there? And it's different for everyone, and we have to explain it that way. Everybody's body responds differently as they're going through withdrawal management. So it's going to depend on what's happening with them medically, because our doctor makes that decision. But on average, people stay about 4 to 5 days, but we can stay up to 14 days is what I tell people. We have the capability of keeping people anywhere between 7 to 14 days. But most of the time, the average, based on reports that I do monthly, it's about 6 days.
Okay. Well, we are going to take a break for the news. And when we come back, we'll talk more about the process and what folks should do if they are interested in getting in touch with Wendy and with the folks at CommQuest and Detox Unit. And that's all coming up on Spotlight WHBC. Hoodies and Canton's Morning News hoodies and t-shirts and mugs and tote bags and just all kinds of stuff. You got to go check it out. Take a look at it and get yourself something nice. Or maybe somebody, who's a big fan, and it might make a nice little gift for them. Check it out. Let us know what you think about it. It's pretty awesome. And we would appreciate it if you would, show your love for us. I am going to have a hard time not buying everything. It's going to be really tough. Our fan gear is now for sale at WHBC.com.
Facing opiate or alcohol addiction requires courage and often a medical detox to begin recovery. At CommQuest, our professional team of medical staff, counselors, and case managers help you find the right recovery plan for you through our continuum of care. There is never a better time than now to start your recovery journey. To learn more, call 330-830-3393 or visit CommQuest.org. That's CommQuest. Recovery is possible, and it can start today. CommQuest. Hope happens here.
Home Appliance Company has been serving Northeast Ohio since 1954. Our experts specialize in helping you find the appliances that work for your home and family. Visit our showroom to see the latest in name brand products, including Frigidaire, GE, Maytag, Whirlpool, Beko, and many more. Rebates and financing options are available. At Home Appliance Company, you'll get the best product, service, and price. Stop by or find our full line of products online.
This is Mike Frazier, Senior Pastor at Canton Baptist Temple. I would like to personally invite you to worship with us at either 8 o'clock or 10:15 this Sunday morning in our worship center located at 515 Whipple Avenue in Canton, Ohio. If you cannot be with us in person, please tune in to our broadcast right here on WHBC at 8:30 on Sunday mornings. For more information about our ministries, you can visit us at cantonbaptist.org. We look forward to meeting you soon.
Shop the Wacom Auto Mile and save the Wacom way.
I'm Ashley from Burndale's Water Center. It's tax time, and Burndale's can help turn your refund into clean, clear, great-tasting water. There's never been a better time to make nature's water even better. Call Burndale's Water Center today.
Burndale's Water Center.
WHBC AM 10, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
From the News Talk 1480 WHBC newsroom, hundreds of people showed up at a vaccination clinic at the Summit County Fairgrounds over the weekend. Officials say the majority picked the one-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine, despite it being halted for a time several weeks ago. The so-called Brood 10 cicadas are set to emerge in parts of Ohio after 17 years underground. The Department of Natural Resources says it will happen between now and mid-May, mostly in southern Ohio. They can be a nuisance in yards, but are harmless to people and pets. 23 new plaintiffs are suing the Ohio State University over alleged sexual misconduct by now deceased team doctor Richard Strauss. Settlements in past cases have already totaled $47 million for 185 plaintiffs. The Transportation Security Administration is extending the federal mask mandate for public transportation until September. Officials made that announcement yesterday, saying the extension will last through at least September 13th. A Good Samaritan jumped over a bridge guardrail and into a bay in Ocean City, Maryland yesterday, rescuing an infant who had been ejected from an SUV during a crash. That crash involved 4 vehicles. The baby was taken to a local hospital. No condition has been released. More news coming up at 10 o'clock. I'm Pam Cook.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Clouds and some early showers today. High 69. Cloudy and warm tonight. Shower and thunderstorm. Low 62. Cloudy day tomorrow. Couple of showers. High 75. Passing shower on Wednesday morning. Otherwise cloudy. The high 52. Some sun then turning cloudy on Thursday. High 55. Clouds and cool. Couple of showers Friday. High Friday 53. I'm Steve Williams for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
It's Kenny and JT.
Joe Wilson from Louisville. Congratulations. You're our grand prize winner of a $1,000 shopping spree at the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Love it.
Hey, Joe, what took you so long? You had 10 minutes. You almost ate up all 10 of it.
I had 2 people come in and talk to me and say, did you hear? Did you hear? I owe somebody some merchandise, though, and my 5-year-old son, he loves the brownies just as much as I do.
You'll be the greatest dad in history.
Thank you very much.
That's what we do here on the Kenny and JT Show. We hook you up, man.
It's the Kenny and JT Show, powered by Paramount Elite ICS on WHBC.
This is Jennifer Tassan from the Hackenberg Financial Group. Let's face it, experts agree that not planning for the costs of a chronic illness can be a staggering blow to your financial plan. Let me help you create a financial strategy to plan for a long-term care event and protect your assets. Call me at 330-489-9999. I'm Jennifer Tassan from the Hackenberg Financial Group, 330-489-9999.
Hail and wind damage, ice, rain, or snow damage, roofing, insurance claims, siding work. No job is too big or too small. It's Joe and Chris at A&M Total Restoration, proud members of the Better Business Bureau. Call 330-507-6220. That's 507-6220 today. Serving all of Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania. Before you go anywhere else, go local. Visit amtotalrestoration.com.
Facing an opiate or alcohol addiction requires courage and often medical detox to begin recovery. Detox is the process of clearing the body of drugs or alcohol while managing the symptoms of withdrawal. At CommQuest, your safety is our top priority through your entire stay. You are not alone, and there is never a better time than now to start your recovery journey. To learn more, call 330-830-3393 or visit CommQuest.org. That's COMMQUEST. CommQuest. Hope happens here.
Live and local.
How's that sound?
And you're listening to News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Now back to Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
And it is our Monday edition of Spotlight. And good morning, everyone. Pam Cook with you this morning. And we're talking to Wendy Hunter, who is the director of Detox with CommQuest. And we've been kind of discussing the things that happen for folks who are heading to Detox and, well, exactly what CommQuest does. And we really would love for you to check out their website at CommQuest.org because a lot of great information there and phone numbers and ways to get in touch. But Wendy, let's start at the process. Okay, so someone decides they're going to, get to the hospital, or a loved one takes a family member there. Let's go step by step what that process is like for that person.
Sure. The first step is you can call us at 330-830-3393 and talk to one of our staff members about the unit itself and ask any questions you might have. We'll talk to you. We'll encourage you to come in. So what happens is that you're encouraged to come in. We are here 7 days a week. Our admission times are 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. All you got to do is walk into the hospital's emergency department, go up to registration desk, tell them your first and last name, date of birth. They'll have you go through their quick COVID screening line and then have a seat in the lobby. And then they call us and we come down, a nurse and a social worker or counselor will come downstairs, talk to you privately in a room that is off to the side of the emergency department. And then from there, we can also answer any questions your loved ones might have, whoever brought you in. If you came in alone, that's okay too. So then we go upstairs to 6th floor and you get to know the staff. The staff's going to talk to you about the enrollment process, which allows us to provide you services. You go through enrollment. From the enrollment services, you move back to maybe the counselor came downstairs and screened you, maybe a different one. The counselors will go ahead and complete the diagnostic assessment, asking them a lot of questions about their use history, background, mental health history, medications, and then we move you to the nurse. And then the nurse will talk to you, do a quick nursing evaluation, and then call or talk to the doctor, then get the admission orders. So that's step-by-step what happens. And then when you're admitted, from there, you're going to see the nurse quite a few times a day for every 4 hours, actually, to make sure that you're okay medically, provide any medication that the doctor's ordered, and then you might have your own room, you might have a roommate. We have meals, we have snacks, we have group, we have individual counseling, discharge planning, 12 steps, a lot of rest. You know, the first couple days here, the people are resting. You know, we're still going to meet with them and provide services, but a lot of times what people don't understand is that when you come in, you're really not going to feel real good. Doctor's going to give you medication to help you be comfortable, but your body's going to need that rest. So we give them plenty of time to rest in their rooms and get the sleep that they need and allow their body to start healing. And then that allows us also the ability to talk to them during those times that they're up to see what they want to do and start developing a discharge plan. And also we can talk to their families if they want us to. If they don't want us to, we don't have to, but we can always include their families in that discharge process to let them know what the plan is for their loved one.
And the discharge plan obviously would be determined based on what happens throughout the process, right? I mean, you know, how long they're going to have to stay, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the discharge plan is, you know, we're looking at, again, how long have they been using, what drug have they been using for X amount of years, months. We're going to talk to them about mental health history. We're going to ask them what treatment history they have, if they have any, and then we're going to follow the protocols that have been set in place to make a recommendation. So someone who's been using for, you know, a couple years and, you know, maybe you've had some unsuccessful treatment episodes where maybe they didn't follow through, maybe they never made it to those appointments, maybe went once or twice. They might need something like intensive outpatient services where it's grouped a few times a week at one of our outpatient sites, or they might need a residential care, which would be Wilson Hall for men or Deliverance House for women. But we're going to look at the whole person and also talk to them about what they are willing to do. Nobody's forced to do anything. You're not locked inside of this detox unit. You can leave at any time, but we always want people to complete detox, of course, so that way they get the full care, the full spectrum of care of detox, and leave when the doctor says, okay, you know, we're good and you're safe, and you know the counselor has a solid plan and we've got appointments set.
And this is a lot of this is listed on the website CommQuest.org, but you know, what kinds of things are they allowed to bring with them, or should they bring with them?
You know, what we tell everybody is you can bring personal care items, but you don't have to. We can provide that. We can provide everything for that person. We can tell them that, you know, we do have scrubs that we put all the patients in when they come in. Bring all your medications, please. Any and all meds in their original bottles. So that way our doctor and our nurses have an idea of what medications they've been taking so that he can do his job well and safely. We also tell them that, you can bring a long sleeve t-shirt or a sweatshirt or a zip up hoodie because our scrub shirts are short sleeved and you might get cold. But other than that, you can also bring some slippers or some slides to wear. But again, we can provide everything you need. You can bring a book. You cannot have your phone with you. You can bring your phone, but we'll lock it up. You can use our phones when you want to talk to family or friends. So those are some things that we talk to them about.
And also, this is on the website also, but, paying for it, I'm sure that that's something people are thinking, I can't do this because I can't pay for it. Or, that has to be a concern, I would imagine.
Yeah, and that's part of the conversation we have with them on the phone if they call in. If they don't call in, that's part of the conversation that we have when we bring them upstairs and we do enrollment. If they don't have any insurance, we're going to sign them up for Medicaid and see if they qualify for that. We try really hard to not turn someone away for inability to pay. There's a lot of different avenues we could take. Also, we work with many private commercial insurance. We'll do the prior authorization and see how many days we can get approved. We also have payment plans available. So we do everything humanly possible, but we understand that concern. Nobody wants to be overwhelmed with the feelings of, I have to get detox, but I also have to figure out how I'm going to pay for this. So we work, like I said, with a couple different funding streams to help make sure things get covered.
And I would imagine that, as they go through the process, there may be a point where some people, have a hard time making it through or, dealing with the toughness of it at some point. Do you have people who start and don't finish, or start and come back a second time, or those kinds of things?
Yes, we do. We have people that will leave against medical staff advice or against staff advice. We always encourage them before leaving to please sit down and talk to a counselor, sit down, talk to the nurse. Maybe we can encourage them and give them the hope and the words they need at that moment to keep them from leaving. If they do choose to leave, we will always offer them Narcan, especially for those who are using fentanyl and Percocets and any type of opiate. We will document everything so that way if they want to go on to ongoing services, we can give them a quick discharge plan and give them some appointments to our outpatient sites, just so that way they know that even though they didn't complete detox, there are services available to them. We would like for them to be here, but they could go to outpatient services without any issues and see somebody and get the help they need. And maybe they see somebody outpatient for a while, they'll decide, yeah, I need to go back to detox and see the detox folks and get through this again. I always tell people when they leave against medical advice or staff advice that it's okay if you need us again, call us or show up. I would rather have you come in and see us and let us help you than find out later down the road that unfortunately, you didn't make it. And, we've lost a lot of people this past year. Unfortunately, our overdose rate, in Stark County, the state of Ohio, is at the highest it's ever been. And, we thought we saw high numbers back in 2015, but 2020, took a lot of lives. So we're here and we want to help and we want people to know that they can come back. And we're willing to see them as many times as needed to get them into the place that they need to be safe.
And again, what's the phone number if folks want to give you a call?
330-830-3393.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about once detox is done, the kinds of things that you offer, and we'll recap all the things that we've been talking about this morning on our spotlight with CommQuest and Wendy Hunter, who is the director of Detox with CommQuest, right here on 1480 WHBC.
Company presents and Doug.
Check it out, Limu, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Look! An emu wearing sunglasses!
Limu, you're famous. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
Over the past year, I've helped thousands turn their lives around. And today, I'm going to tell you the one simple trick that will change everything. All you have to do is...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With Progressive, you can bundle your boat, RV, or other outdoor vehicle for great protection and even more savings. Progressive.
And that's it. You'll have that for the rest of your lives. I'm so excited for you.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Facing an opiate or alcohol addiction requires courage and often medical detox to begin recovery. Detox is the process of clearing the body of drugs or alcohol while managing the symptoms of withdrawal. At CommQuest, your safety is our top priority through your entire stay. You are not alone, and there is never a better time than now to start your recovery journey. To learn more, call 330-830-3393 or visit CommQuest.org. That's CommQuest. CommQuest. Hope happens here.
Live and local.
How's that sound?
And you're listening to News Talk 1480 WHBC.
And welcome back to Spotlight today. We're talking about CommQuest, specifically the detox program there. And we have the director, Wendy Hunter, with us this morning. And Wendy, one of the things, you think about going through this and people dealing with that. And when they get through it, I would imagine it has to be a very good sense of accomplishment. But then there's the next step, and they have to move forward to make it stick, so to speak, and to be able to make things work. So how do you guys help them to ensure that?
Well, one of the things that we do is we'll explain to them, at that discharge session, again, through the whole process, we're always talking to them about ongoing services and making sure that they have a solid discharge plan. And then we'll explain that, here are some things that you can expect. So that way they know if you're going to outpatient, you're going to see a counselor, maybe you're going to see a counselor weekly, and this is your time to talk with somebody who is there. It's a judgment-free zone. That counselor's there to listen to you and guide you and provide you with treatment interventions to help you live a life that is recovery-focused and abstinent from the use of substances. We explain to them about the group process that they are going to go into an intensive outpatient group, or we'll explain a little bit about residential, what to expect. And again, it's a lot of encouragement and motivational interviewing skills that my counselors all have learned over the years to use to help that person feel like they are in a place and getting ready to engage in those treatment services. So many times people are scared. They might not feel that they have a problem. They might think that detox is the only thing they needed and they can handle this on their own. But again, research has shown over the past many decades that having a solid support system, getting engaged in the 12-step community, going to meetings, you can attend meetings online. There's meetings that are on online since COVID. They've always been online, but there's been more and more availability online, but also you can go in person. And also in finding, again, you can find it through maybe your church if you're engaged in your spirituality that way. But we really try to focus on everything that they'll need to help them, the mind, the body, and the soul find that recovery.
And it's a process that doesn't just go, a month or 6 weeks, this is something that is ongoing, right?
Yeah. Yes. Recovery is a lifelong journey for them. Doesn't mean they need treatment forever and ever. It doesn't mean that they even have to go 12-step meetings forever, but it is part of who they are. It's a disease. The American Medical Association determined that addiction was a disease several decades ago. So it's something that they have to focus on. They have to, what we say is they take their own medicine, and their own medicine, might be going to meetings. It might be some type of meditation, journaling, learning how to live a healthy life free of substances, so that way they can live a life that is free of use, and they don't have the the fears of an overdose anymore. They don't have a fear of falling down and getting a TBI. Those things that are happening to many that continue to use that could cost them their life.
Do they express what may be their biggest fear of detox itself, actually going through that physical process?
A lot of times it's the fear of being sick. No one wants to be sick. I don't want to be sick.
No.
None of us want to be sick. And this past year with the pandemic, I think showed that, nobody wants to be sick. So they're worried about how they're going to feel, how their body's going to respond. Sometimes they're just worried about what life will look like without the use of a substance. At that point when they are, substance free, a lot of emotions start coming to the surface, and how are they going to cope with those emotions without that substance to shield them? So those are those fears. So the medical doctor, again, is here to help with medications to keep the body from feeling too sick. But then the counselors and social workers are here to help them with their mind and help them with their emotions and get them feeling like they can do this. And so we're here. And like I said, we're here 7 days a week. I've got nurses and counselors and social workers here willing to help you whenever you're ready to make that first step.
What kind of tips do you have for family members? How can they help the person that is going through detox and even after the fact?
With family, we try to explain to them when they come in, here's what to expect. They might be here 4 or 5 days. We're going to try to encourage them to connect with services. We talk to families all the time, again, about finding support for themselves. Find, whether it's through Al-Anon or back to your church, your community, your people that will give you the support you need. Understand that, your person's not going to feel good. So if they call you and, maybe they don't sound real good, they might sound tired, or they might sound kind of cranky, just remember that they will get better. And it's to be there and to support them, but also to allow them to do this on their own. They need to know that, that their person's recovery is their person's recovery, and they can support it and love them, but let them work their recovery. And that's why we support. We want them to get support too.
One more time, give everybody the phone number and where they can get more information.
330-830-3393. And then you can call us, and that's CommQuest Detox. That phone line is picked up 24/7. And of course, you've got our website, so CommQuest.org.
All right. Wendy Hunter, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you. I appreciate having the opportunity to talk to you this morning.
Thank you and your team for being constant companions and friends.
You have gotten me through many, many years.
News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Looking to get back into the workforce? Need an upgrade from your current position? We've got career opportunities right here in your backyard with great local employers who are looking for candidates like you. To view jobs and submit your application, click the Hire Me Ohio page at WHBC.com or text jobs to 330-583-4591 and get the link sent right to your phone.